Hey, what's up, guys? It's Clay from Top Dollar Digital. Wanted to talk about Facebook ads today. So, one of the things I hear pretty often from junk removal business owners is that Facebook ads do not work. And I want to dive into why they're not working for you. And there's a couple of reasons that stand out to where you guys are either not giving it enough time, not putting enough money in, or you're lacking some of the main components in the ads. And I wanted to discuss that today pretty quickly. The main one, in my opinion, is that you guys aren't either putting enough money or time into Facebook ads. Let me explain. So, typically on calls, I find out what people have done in the past with their marketing. Have they ran Google ads? Have they ran Facebook ads? Once they tell me that they have, I ask, all right, well, how much money was spent there? How long did you run them? Most of the time in Facebook, guys, almost every single conversation I have, typically they say Facebook ads didn't work. And then when I dive into what they spent or how long they ran them, it was a very minimal amount of time or minimal amount of money. And the thing with Facebook that's different than Google is that it's going to take longer for it to show its results. All right. So with Google, the advantage of Google is it's pretty instant. In most cases, yeah, you may have some campaigns that take some time to build up, right? 2, 3, 4 weeks or so until they really get cranking and working out, depending on your market, depending on what you're running. But usually with Google, you can start to see results pretty fast. You're getting some phone calls in, you're closing those deals, and you're making that ROI off of the money that you spent pretty quickly. With Facebook, it's not really like that. Yes, there are some markets that do really well on Facebook, and you could probably run an ad and see immediate ROI. So this isn't for everybody, and that's the case with everything, guys. You'll hear me say that in almost every video. The market really depends, where you go, how you do things. You have to really learn your market. But Facebook typically, in most markets, is slower than Google, and it's because of the stage of the cycle that your buyer is in, all right? So when you think of the buying cycle and what stage the customer is in. With Google, they're looking for you. They're actively seeking you. They're going to their phone looking for a resolution to a need for junk removal and finding someone near them to satisfy that need. All right. Facebook, that's not the case. All right. Nobody gets on Facebook. Nobody's ever gotten on Facebook and said, let me open up my Facebook app because I really want to find somebody who can handle my junk removal today. That's never going to happen. You might get in front of somebody who does need the junk removal service, but there's going to be a lot of other people you get in front of who don't need junk removal today. But that's also the power of Facebook long term. Because what you're doing is psychologically, if you're doing your ads correctly, you're getting in front of your market on a consistent basis and getting in front of people who, not only some of them who need junk removed now, and it is becoming a need, but you're also getting in front of people who will need junk removal in the future. And what starts to happen is, as they continuously see this brand over and over again on their Facebook news feed, whether you're running content in other areas, as they continue to see your company name and your brand, if these ads are being done correctly. Now, when the time comes to either they see that ad and it becomes a need, or they look for someone on Google and then see your company, that's the true power of this, because now you have an advantage over everyone else who they've never seen in the past. So you have kind of shown yourself as the one that they prefer to do business with because they have that know, like, and trust factor with you. They've seen you before. They have that trust built in now because of the Facebook ads. So with Facebook advertising, you're kind of doing two things. You're not only trying to get in front of customers who need junk removed now and getting jobs there, but you're also getting in front of your area and you're prepping them for when they do need your service, or you're getting in front of somebody who's on the fence right now about junk removal, and you're just constantly nudging forward until they do need that service, and then they reach out to you. Why this is important is because the timing of Facebook, if you're only running Facebook ads for 2 weeks, you're not going to get out of it what you truly can get out of the platform because you have not given yourself enough time. There's going to be some people who need to see that ad for months before they act. There's going to be others, they might need to see it 2 or 3 times. There's going to be some, they might need to see it 10, 15 times before they finally act. Maybe they're not ready yet, and then you hit them when they finally are. So there's a lot of variables at play. And realistically, if you're looking at it from a branding aspect, if you're just running Facebook strictly for branding, you could do that at a pretty small amount and just keep your ads going day to day. Yes, you'll have more limited exposure by doing a smaller amount, but at least you're still having that exposure. Okay? So that's one thing that you could do to strategize. But if you're looking to do both, get jobs in and branding, obviously you're going to want to raise your daily budget to where you're getting in front of enough people who not only are you positioning yourself as the brand, go to an area, but also to get in front of the people who need it now. All right? So that's why it's important to not only give Facebook time, but give it enough money. You know, for those of you who are only spending $100 on a boost post and saying that Facebook doesn't work, $100 isn't going to work on Google either. You know, if you're in a position where losing $100, $200, $500 is going to put your business in the red, you're in no position to do marketing. I hate to tell you that, but it's the truth. You're not in the position to market right now. You need to be doing everything you can organically to grow your business to get to a point to where that's not going to put you in the red. And I know for some of you guys listening to this video, that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. If we're on a call with somebody and they're positioned to where I feel like them doing marketing for $1,000, $1,000 on Google in a month, or something along those lines, or $600 on Facebook, and that's going to put them in a red, put them out of business, guys, they're not in a position to do marketing with us or with anybody. They can't afford to put themselves in that position. They're going to have to grow and build their base organically first and save some money or build some credit in order to do the other stuff. That's just a fact. There's way too much risk for you to take $1,000, your last $1,000, and throw it into marketing. You're really putting yourself at risk if you do that. A good analogy would be, I believe in the stock market, maybe not right now, in crypto, but we understand that like the stock market, when it's down, it's going to bounce back. Especially if you're looking at it, if you're putting money in long term, right? If you're putting money in S&P for the next 25, 30 years, you know that you're going to make an ROI on that. Okay. Even knowing that, I would not put my last $1,000 in the stock market, guys. I would not. It's not efficient. It's not a good strategy. All right. So if you're in that position, you need to be focused on getting in front of people as much as you can organically, saving your cash flow and building up capital, or building business credit that you can utilize. I'll probably do a video separately on that because I think that's extremely underrated, building business credit or even personal credit. I prefer business credit, but I'm in no means a credit expert. I'm just someone who has used credit for his own business to help navigate challenges along the way. I'll probably do a video on that for you guys. I think that would be helpful. But for now, stick it to the topic at hand, Facebook, so I don't go too far in on this. Main thing is, number one, give it time. This is a platform that's going to take longer than Google. If you give it the right amount of time, it will showcase the results you're looking for and position you as the go-to brand if your ads are done correctly. If you guys need assistance with that, reach out. Feel free to reach out. I'm here to help. We do run ads for our clients. We've got a pretty cool back-end system that we use. That doesn't mean that you guys need to reach out specifically, use me. I'm always here to add value wherever I can for you guys. So ask any questions that you have on that. But the main issue that I'm finding is, of course, I've dove into a video before where the ads aren't being done correctly, but a lot of you guys just aren't giving enough time or money. $100, $200, $300 is not going to give you enough data on either of these platforms to find out if it's truly working or not. So if that's what you're capped at right now, it would be a bad idea to use these platforms. Instead, save your capital, raise some credit, do either or, and then when you get in a position where you're not afraid to lose $500, $1,000 and put that at risk, especially if you're in a position where you're safely using that money and you know that you're more likely to not lose it, but continue to position yourself in an ROI standpoint, or at minimum break even, that's when you should be utilizing Facebook as a platform and taking advantage of what it has to offer. So I hope this helps you guys. Once again, If it brought value your way, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. Want to do videos as much as possible for you to bring value to this junk removal community and help you guys along the way. Thanks for watching.